All right, yo, what is up, guys? Basic here, back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the brand new 2020 CLA45 AMG. So let's get straight into it. I want to show you guys everything about this car. I've already had a couple of days to kind of drive this car, get a feel for it, man. This is an amazing car. It's crazy that it's just a 4-cylinder in this car, but let's go ahead and get to it. So first off, let me go ahead and give you guys a quick walk around the car. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a sticker to the car, how much the car costs and such. And then all the options that it actually has in this car. This isn't the complete base model, but it isn't the top-notch version either. Starting off here, this is a big distinguisher between the CLA45 and the CLA35. Also a CLA250 if people confuse it. It's a very similar body styling. This is just kind of like the AMG version of it. So it comes with like all the aesthetics that look way better and look, you know, like an AMG. Look like a real race car instead of just a family sedan. Starting off at the front, this front grille right here is actually one of the big distinguishers that lets you know that it is a CLA45. That front grille is, I believe, shared with the C63 as well. It looks really nice. It looks super aggressive. This car actually comes with the option of canards as well. As you guys can see on the left side of the bumper right here, there's a little canards that is an option on the car, which I will show you guys on the sticker later. There is a real functional vent on the left side right there that goes straight to the intercooler. Unfortunately, on the right side, it is not functional. This is a fake vent. There's no holes that go through. But let me go ahead and continue walking around. As I mentioned before, there's also the canards down there. This is on 19-inch wheels. It comes with AMG brakes. I believe it's 4-piston up front and 2-piston in the back. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure I read that though. But yeah, these are 19-inch wheels. There's a little turbo 4MATIC badge. It is all-wheel drive compared to like a CLA250 that is front-wheel drive. But I believe the CLA250 also offers a 4MATIC version. I really love the back of this car, man. The whole redesign of these cars for the 2020 model year is just insane to me. I think personally this car looks more expensive than $65,000. If you would have seen this car 3 years ago, you would definitely think it's a $150,000 car. But that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, just kind of show you guys the badges back here. This is a CLA45 AMG right there. I love this rear diffuser that it comes with. I think it's super aggressive. It complements the car really well. It does have quad tips as well. It's brand new. It doesn't even have real plates yet. Those are dealer plates. It does have a little spoiler on the back that does come factory. I believe that comes with the aero kit as well. That's an add-on in addition to the rear diffuser on the bottom. Those brakes. Now all these Mercedes come with standard LED lights, so your headlights are all LED, and it comes standard. I believe every single Mercedes for the 2020 model year also comes standard with the sunroof, which I will show you guys right now. For the 2020 model year, there is also a redesign to the key. This is the brand new key for the 2020 model year. If you have a base model CLA250 around there and it's not an AMG, I believe it's the same exact key. It just doesn't have this AMG badge right here. And then we do have a little keychain with AMG on there. Keep it very simple. I absolutely love the fact that it's black. The old key was it was black / silver. It was a good looking key, but this is definitely a lot more attractive in my opinion. But let's go ahead and unlock the car. Those sequential turn signals, I absolutely love that. So I did lock the car already, but this does have touchless entry, so you could just put your hand inside and open the car, or vice versa. You can click this button right here and it'll actually lock the car for you. As you guys can, I don't know if you guys are able to hear that. It does have the mirrors going in as well. But let's go ahead and open the car. Frameless window, which the majority of cars nowadays have that. But I believe earlier this year I had reviewed a C300 that was also 2020 and it did not have frameless windows, so maybe that's not on all models. Go in. So this does come with a black leather interior. There is upgraded seats on some CLAs, but I believe that's like a $2,000–3,000 option or more if I'm not mistaken. My brother was fine with getting these instead. It does have those AMG mats. The second you walk into your Mercedes, you are welcomed with your front grille and headlights with an AMG badge in there as well. Let's go ahead and just start this puppy up real quick. Push the start is right here. I love the noises this car makes. I'm a super big fan of this whole redesign that they did for the 2020 model year. The steering wheel, amazing quality. I love how it feels. It is a flat bottom steering wheel for performance. It does have a small AMG badge right there. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I'll get to all these buttons in a second. Let's go ahead and just start on the left side with the door. This car does have ambient lighting all across the whole car. It goes on the doors, it goes across right there, and it does go across right there to your feet. You're able to see it kind of a little bit right here. I'll go ahead and add a clip of how it looks like in a darker setting, just so you guys can get an idea. It's basically what the car will look like in nighttime. I'm currently in my garage. But yeah, just to kind of go through a couple of colors here, just so you guys can kind of see. Purple sky, that's purple up top, blue on the bottom, red moon. Let's go fire red, dawn blue. I like how you can have multiple. You can actually customly adjust these as well. These are kind of just some preset savings. Jungle green. Oh, that looks really nice. Oh, I would keep that one. That looks really nice. Color flash. I'm assuming colors are gonna flash. Oh, no. Kind of turned off. Oh, I guess it kind of changes. Color mix. Yeah, just to kind of show you guys basically what the ambient lighting looks like. And it also goes on your feet. Absolutely beautiful, man. I love how it looks. But let's go ahead and just start on the left side. There is heated seats in this car because it does have the black leather seats. I believe that's an extra option for cold seats, but this car didn't come with that option. Mercedes has been doing this part for years. I think it looks super nice, which is just basically how you maneuver your seat. You can go back and forth, maneuver the back, and then you're actually able to save presets just in case multiple people are driving this car, or maybe you just have a different set for like a comfort driving setting, and then for like something more performance oriented. What do you want to do? I'll go ahead and mention that in a second. There's a lock and unlock right here. To open your door, this handle is in a weird spot compared to the Mercedes that I'm used to driving. I've definitely kind of gotten a little confused on where it's at. I'm usually used to kind of going up more or lower. It's kind of in a weird position. It's nothing you can't get used to. Then you're able to have baby lock. This is just your normal settings, just for your window and such. Let's go ahead and go back on that. So I might as well just talk about that since it's already popping up. This car does have just voice commands, so you're able to just say, "Hey Mercedes,
how may I help you?
Take me to the nearest McDonald's."
Please select from the following locations.
And it's super quick, super responsive. You guys do have this touchpad right here. This is solely meant for your for this part of your arms to rest in order for you to move it around. Super responsive. I absolutely love this this whole thing. The only thing about it that I'm not a huge fan of is that it's supposed to respond to "Hey Mercedes,
how may I help you?"
However, just saying the word Mercedes sometimes triggers it off. Right there it didn't, so yeah. But anyway, going to the steering wheel, these are just normal settings that you have on every single car. Volume up, down, home. This can control the screen right there. Your cruise control and such. These two little gauges down here are new, however. This is able to maneuver your driving settings. So there is comfort, there's sport, and then there's sport plus. I absolutely love this. It looks super nice. It makes it super easy to just switch your driving setting. On the left hand side, you do have your auto stop, which is basically an eco mode of saving gas. Every time you stop, your car will automatically turn off. And then you can also turn off your traction control on the left hand side. It will tell you right there that you are in a sport handling mode. I would keep that on unless you know what you're doing. I always keep it on at all times. Going up to the gauge cluster here, you're able to maneuver or change it up in 3 settings. Kind of going here. I'm not going to go through this whole thing because the majority of it is kind of just self-explanatory, but let me just show you guys a couple of cool things that I personally like changing. If you go to system right here, you go to designs and display. You go to designs, you have a sport. That's sport right there. This is classic. And then there's also super sport, which is a pretty track oriented version of driving. Basically, it just shows you the important stuff. I personally keep it in sport at all times, just so I can see I feel like it's a lot easier to understand where your RPMs are at when you are downshifting and such. It does come with paddle shifters. There's minus and up. Here on the left side of the steering wheel, you do have your parking, brake right here, your auto for your headlights. Obviously with these new cars, you kind of just keep it in auto at all times. And yeah, going back to the main screen here, you are able to maneuver a couple of things in this I guess screen. Basically everything you can maneuver is on the screen, aside from those 3 settings I just showed you with the gauge cluster on the left hand side. You can change your ambient lighting, exterior lighting. You can basically change anything on the vehicle, your rear view camera, which by the way I can show you guys right now as well. It's super good quality. I love that it does that, and you weren't able to see that, but your rear view or your side mirrors actually adjust to help you park, so they will move in your favor. One cool thing as well, honestly, with a performance-oriented car, most performance-oriented cars have a something like this. This will actually show you your fuel consumption within the last 30 minutes. If you go over to engine, it will show you your engine oil temperature, your trans temperature, your engine torque, and your performance and horsepower on the left-hand side. Your torque is on the right-hand side. Yeah, that's pretty cool. If you kind of move down to the middle here, these air vents are absolutely amazing. I think they look super nice. They're simple. They're not too complicated. They're very easy to kind of move around. They do have the ambient lighting inside, like I mentioned before, which looks super nice at night. You do have your start stop button right there, and then your auto turn off button, which is also accessible here, like I mentioned before. Either or, they both turn it off. They both do the same thing. You have your climate control vents or your settings here in the middle. They're very easy to maneuver. It's dual climate control, so each person, left or right, passenger or driver, can adjust their settings on their own. Kind of go down here. This is one thing I'm not a huge fan of, but I guess we're kind of evolving in a way where everything is well, that's kind of making everything go wild. Your chargers are no longer USB to your iPhone charger. It's actually USB-C, and then you have to buy one for your specific charger. In my case, I do have an iPhone, so it's only USB-C connections that you have there. For a little while, I was using the cigarette lighter because I didn't have one of these chargers, but I just went to go pick one up. Kind of go to this middle section right here. You do have your dynamic, which you're able to switch your driving mode. As I mentioned before, there is comfort, sport plus, and you do have individual, which you're able to basically customize it to whatever you'd like. And it does have a slippery mode, which is meant for, I believe, rain or snow, and your car will basically adjust to help you out with the driving conditions or with the road conditions. I always keep it in sport plus just because it's the funnest setting. If you go to the right side, there is your volume, but I personally only use the volume on the steering wheel. There's your navigation for your map, your radio, and then your cell phone. Personally, I've never used those in my life on any car. Moving up here, you do have a traction control off, but like I mentioned before, it is also on your steering wheel. And then this is a fully manual mode, so if you click this button, you can actually go fully manual, so you are always shifting with your manual shifters at all times. If you want to turn that off, go ahead and just click the button again. Like I mentioned before, this is solely for your hands to rest. It makes it very easy for you to maneuver around. You literally just slide left and right. It's super easy. Your back button right there. And yeah, you do have storage in the middle. You just click this button right here. I have face masks in here because it is 2020 and you need face masks everywhere you go nowadays. This car does come with the upgraded sound system as well. I don't think it's a hardened cardan like it was in the older model. I will show you guys the name of that once I go to the sticker. But yeah, that's pretty much all it is up here up front. One thing I did forget to mention, if you go up here, you do have your sunroof. Like I mentioned before, this is standard on all Mercedes-Benz 2020 for the 2020 year. I personally think this looks amazing. That's like I mentioned before.
Please repeat.
Sometimes just Mercedes can trigger that off. You can turn it off in your settings, but personally, it's pretty helpful to use. So in these cars, I know I didn't mention the back seats much, but there's not really anything too interesting back here. These, I guess, like coupe kind of designed cars that are still 4 doors. They've never been good on interior space. Honestly, that's how I drive. I am 6'2", however, so I am a pretty tall guy. You can be comfortable on the passenger side. Let me just show you guys. You can be comfortable on the passenger side with someone in front. I've already sat back here when we initially went to go take out the car. That would be a little bit too squishy for me. Let me go ahead and move the seat up a little bit. But there's enough space for both people. I would say there's for like a normal person, and I would be able to fit here without any problem and have a decent room. Due to the fact that it is sloped up top, my head kind of hits, and then you have kind of this little hole right here. So 2020 CLA45 AMG 4MATIC. These are all options that come standard on all these cars. I'm just gonna go over the options that are added. The color of this car is an option. It's digital white metallic. If you guys go back to the walk around of the car, it's like a white, but it has a hint of gray. That's kind of the feel I got for it when I initially saw it. And then there's just a couple of other options that are not too big. Like I mentioned before, the canards is an option on this car, which personally I think everyone should get. It's makes the car look so much better, looks so much more aggressive. But yeah, the retail price of this car is $64,165. I always just round up to 65 because it's an easier number to say. But yeah, this is a pretty cool feature that they added to this. If you guys want to pop the trunk, obviously there's no visible button. I at first thought it was down here, but it's not. You actually click the top of the star, push it in, and your trunk comes out. And if you guys don't know, your reverse camera also comes out of the star. It's a pretty good sized trunk. Honestly, it's super convenient to have. But yeah, go ahead and close that. As for the exhaust in this car, it is a standard exhaust. It's not the performance exhaust. My brother wanted it like that. He didn't want a performance exhaust because he wanted to put his own exhaust on there, which he has his eyes on. I forgot the exact brand that he's interested in. But anyways, I'm going to give you guys a couple of revs inside the car, a couple of revs outside the car, and then kind of just do a couple of drive-bys just so you guys can see how it sounds. Personally, for a 4-cylinder, man, it sounds absolutely amazing. It has pops in between every single gear, which are just so addicting. The MPG on average that I've got in this car is like 12, 13. So if you want a friendly economic car, I probably wouldn't get this car because this thing makes you want to drop the pedal to the floor every single time you drive it. It sounds so nice. The noise of the exhaust, even the stock one that's not the performance one, it's such a refined noise. It's so amazing. Like I mentioned, with those pops in between gears as well, it just makes you want to put your foot to the floor every single time you get in this car. But let me go ahead and give you guys a couple of revs inside the car, a couple of revs outside the car, and then a couple of driveways, and then we'll go for a small drive, and then yeah, I'll basically end the review there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the review so far. Make sure to drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are. I appreciate it, and let's go ahead and get to these revs. How the sunroof looks from the outside. Honestly, I love these panoramic sunroofs. I think it looks super nice on these cars. Definitely makes them stand out a whole lot more, but this is something that I haven't even checked myself. Let's go ahead and see under the hood and see what's under there. This is, as you're seeing this, is the same time I'm seeing this. Well, that's beautiful. AMG, handcrafted. I love that Mercedes does this. All AMGs are handcrafted, and it actually says the name of the person that specifically built this AMG. I love that. Looks super nice. Super compact in here. There's not much space to really anything. A lot of heat shield. But yeah, let me go ahead and give you guys some revs, and we'll basically end the video off there. So if you guys don't know, on most automatic cars, it doesn't let you rev past like 4,000 RPM. It's pretty cool in this car. I actually have it in manual mode right now, and you're actually able to rev all the way to red line. Oh, them pops, dude. Okay, so this is in full manual mode, as you guys can see right there. Let's see how fast I can do 0 to 60. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy that review. I hope you guys learned something. I know it's not the most perfect review. It's kind of just my quick, run around with the car. It's a super quick car, man. It's amazing, honestly. I love the way it looks. This new whole redesign that they had for this year is absolutely amazing. I 100% recommend this car, and I 100% recommend the CLA45 over the 35 just because I've read some reviews on that, and overall this is just a better car. No hate to the 35 because honestly 300 horsepower is still plenty, but yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of this car. I absolutely love it. Yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel for future videos, and peace out.